silent delight sits and smiles on the night. Farewell, green fields and happy groves, where flocks have took delight, where lambs have nibbled silent moves, the feet of angels bright. Unseen they pour blessing and joy without ceasing on each bud and blossom and each sleeping bosom. They look in every thoughtless nest where birds are covered warm. They visit caves of every beast to keep them all from harm. If they see any weeping that should have been sleeping, they pour sleep on their head and sit down by their bed. When wolves and tigers howl for prey, they pitying stand and weep, seeking to drive their thirst away and keep them from the sheep. But if they rush dreadful, the angels most hateful receive each mild spirit new worlds to inherit. And there the lion's ruddy eyes shall flow with tears of gold, and pitying the tender cries and walking round the fold, saying wrath by his meekness and by his help sickness is driven away from our immortal day. And now beside the gleaming lamp I can lie down and sleep, for think on him who bore thy name, gaze after thee and weep. For washed in life's river, my bright maid forever shall shine like the moon as I guard o'er the fold.
Kick that habit, man.
Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it.
Kick that habit, man. That habit, kick man. Habit, man. Kick that. Man, kick that habit. Kick that man habit. That man habit, kick.
Kick it, kick it, kick it.
Man habit,
Kick it.
kick that.
You can go and kick it.
Habit, kick that man.
You don't have to have it. Kick that habit. Have it. Kick it, kick it, kick it.
Kick man, habit that. Habit that, kick man. That kick man habit. Man having that kick. Kick habit that man. Man kick. Habit that. Habit that. Man kick. That man. Kick habit. Kick habit man that. Habit man that kick. it, man. Man, that kick have it. Kick, man, that have it. Man, that have it, kick. But have it, kick, man. Have it, kick that man. Kick that, have it, man. I have it, kick man. Have it, man. Kick that. Man, kick that, have it. Kick that, man, have it. That man, have it, kick. Man, have it. Kick that. Have it. Kick that, man. Kick, man. Have it, that. Have it, that kick, man. That kick, man, have it. Man, have it, that kick. Kick, have it, that man. Man kick. Have it, that. Have it, that man kick. That man kick. Have it. Kick, have it, man, that. Have it, man, that kick. That kick, have it, man. Man, that kick, have it. Kick, man, that have it. Man, that have it, kick. That have it, kick, man. Have it, kick that man. Kick, 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 kick.
They would rise above their wisdom, they could see nature as it is. If they could rise above their knowledge, they could see nature as it is, and they would understand that there are other planes of nature greater than the plane they know. All around them are the other measures to the other wisdom, ignorance, myth. Why should a God visit earth if to be only a slave to man? Why should a God visit earth if to be only a slave to man? Why should a man be a slave to man if only to be a slave to man? Or a man to God, or God to man, if only to be within a state unnatural to his natural self, or ought self? Why should a God visit earth if only to be a slave to man? When men are brothers, they are brothers because they know they are. They walk the initiate bridge. The initiate bridge degree of pointlessness. They are friends of pointless intuition, companionship, sincere understandingness of and on angelic planes of being. That is why I have said they are not my brothers if they're not my brothers. See how the black rays of the black race have touched immeasurable wisdom, and therefore the unknown quantity. See how they are not understood, because as they are is not understood, and as to what they know is what they are. See the unlimited freedom of the black rays. Only to be bottomlessly humble is to be bottomlessly cast out until there's none to compare. Only to be bottomlessly ignorant is to be the other state of ecstasy, that ignorance which is of and to the unknown. And this unknown is of the greater chaos, for chaos is immeasurable. a design formless as to the idea of form and of the desire to synchronize to that end, which is and yet is not the end. Paradox, a synchronization to the infinity, the no end, cosmic chaos. When you meet a man, you meet a scheme of words, patterns of concept, a concepted being whose very birth conception is called. Someone took the tender care to win a victory by defeat, and with defeat made defeat the feat of the universe. There never had been a feat like this defeat. Defeat is the scenario of the life and lives of the people and peoples of planet Earth. Defeat is defeat to understand. I may be here, maybe not. I've never been inside life. Always I have looked through the glass at those within. There was no door for me to enter. I had no place to call my home. I had no people to call my own. I was and am theirs, if they cared that I be. But since they came before me, how can I say they are mine? How can I say I can call them my own? Perhaps they are a world of aliens, barring I, the alien, out. So out became the truth for me instead of in. There's no room for those of out in the in. There's no room for those of out in the end. It is written, there was no room in the end. Is life in life? Is life temporary? In life, everyone seems to be temporary. It is temporary. Is it temporary? What can people do worse than the way life is allowed to treat them in the enforced roles of the game of life? Life allots to them their allotment. But their lot is a heap of shame and vanity, the useless end, inconsolable death, grief. I speak of, but I do not speak of anything, because I speak of everything. I speak of I, but when I speak of me, it is a we, because we are, and that is why we be and am and is. We walk the earth together, and together we will and do sail the skies of other climes and worlds eternal. As me, I'm here, but as I am always there. As me, I am here, but as I am always there. The somewhere else of there, because of the needs and yearnings of the us of we. We are small. Point, cosmo, infinity pattern. We are so tiny, you see. We. We belong to the we people of us. We belong to the we people of us. We're so tiny, you see. See, it is above the realm of kingdoms. It is above the realm of kingdom. The kingdoms of time. Behold, see the light of another kind of dawn. Behold, coming evens cast their shadow before. Yon light is the shadow of the sun. Softly the shadow lights upon the land. Remember, did you not read, have you not heard yet about the still small voice that spoke? Interpret beyond the curse. Interpret beyond the blessing. If you interpret, listen to the voice of the assigned interpreter. You cannot follow the same earthworm path of humanity and fly with wings of the spirit through the eternal spheres of being. It is of being, and not of this life you choose to call life. For this is life, but it is not the kind of being ultimate utmost of the outer plane beyond the gravity of the earthbound Babylonian night. Ships sail upon the waters, and they go wherever the wind permits them to go. For the wind is the king of the sea, and the wind is the king of the arid kingdom. It holds earth like a ball in its hands. It can stop the ships by the power of its strength. It can stop the voice and movement of people by diminishing itself to a thin, invisible, undetectable weakness, so that the victory through strength is its greatness, and victory through its weakness is its lightness. For it is this measurement, for it is in this measurement, it is a light thing. But the light is like the darkness to God, they say. And what is God? God is the answer to the equation of the end of man. A word-inspired predestination. We look beyond tomorrow. Truth is bad. Truth is bad. Or truth is good. It depends upon where and why and how and who you are. The truth about planet Earth is bad. The word truth must be considered carefully, and the precepts of that which is called truth must be equationized and balanced and understood, or else it must be abandoned and another truth placed in its place. This is the idea of the greater age, the outer worlds of otherness. This is the word from the cosmic cosmos tomorrow. The universe sent me to converse with you. If there are ears to hear, listen. But do not listen with your ears alone. You must feel with your intuition sense. It is always the unknowing, knowing voice of the quiet, vigilant silence, your intuition sense. The universe sent me to converse with you. This planet is a perfect place according to its own decision code. But there still is something missing here. A greater need than all of the rest. A need long hidden from the earth god's gaze. A need of giant imperative now. It cannot be. It will not be denied. This needs coordinate would, wish, desire. I speak to you, for nature sent me too. Another gift to offer you. In music, nature's natural master's creation voice is one of the bridges to the treasure house of needs fulfilled. What and how are you? I send my warmest greetings from the where the cosmos usual. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm being what I'm supposed to be. It is a strange circumstance, like being upon an alien planet world, all alone, but I'm not alone. There are ears to hear, even here. There are ears that will listen with mind, soul, spirit pure. Of those, for those who are in tune with nature's cosmo plan, plain design, can hear what untuned ears cannot. And those who hear will know the meaning of the natural beist, the living being beast. The space sea has many sounds of bee-isness, the acacia, the unknown acoustics, the outer planes of isness and notness are all a part of everything, and the nothingness. See the sound riddle of the double beast.
Answer. We could live without a dog, but we really shouldn't, should we? Question. Since when? Since you're an idiot. He's whispering now. Think about it, my dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Something else. Still with closed eyes. There's manure on the lawn, madam. Manure on the lawn. Go on, please. Go on now. Skull base fracture. Gradually dropping his arms, slowly opening his eyes. His viciousness resulted in a broken skull. Go on, Victor. 13 objectives worth nuns. Don't make me lose my composure, please. But I don't want to lose the line either. Just run my champion. Don't you miss the puppet show. Good Lord, please go on. He's sitting silently now, with his head down, eyes looking nowhere. You can't do that to us, Steve. He hasn't changed his position. I'm kneeling down and begging him to say something. He's still breathing and speaks no more. The way we get to the final solution is of secondary importance. The path could be full of struggle or smooth as silk. That means nothing. If the final picture is clear to everyone, there is no need to look back at all. The ship will settle soon. Out of Japan. Well, good evening. Let me talk to you about the skull base fracture. It is a medically recognized problem known for centuries. A Dutch bricklayer had discovered that if you shatter something at its base, it collapses like a house of cards. Consequently, it is scientifically proven that any kind of serious damage of the small bricks or cells in our brain will lead us to skull base fracture. Therefore, we've got to avoid all kinds of bad vibrations. Subskull fractures, also known as subconscious fractures. These are real fractures. People who cannot face the vibrating and harsh realities of everyday life could suffer from serious wrinkles in their subconscious minds, which can also be shown by X-rays. And that may lead to partial or total darkness of the mind. In other words, it is diagnosed as subskull fracture. Latent periods, several generations. Not to be confused with skull base fracture. Back skull fractures. This category contains all the different types of fractures occurring behind one's head, which he doesn't wish to know anything about. We can find further information on the subject under ignorant in various books. Skull form fractures. Still a fairly unknown area in science, whereas the human head as a separate entity being studied from the whole body suffering from mind breaks. Nowadays, its main occurrence is best known, not necessarily correctly, as stress. Skull-shaped fractures. That includes all kinds of penetration of any planet, which approximately has a shape of the human skull. In reality, looking at its form, at certain viewpoints, all planets look like a human skull. Any doubt, the sun simply is the shining genius amongst them. Evidently, that is the main reason why we have so much affection and fascination for the moon. 6. Skull-shaped eruptions, explosions. When all the heavy burden of experience, sufferings, struggles, passions, humiliations, and embarrassments of one's past can't be controlled any longer, the person who's taking charge, a self-appointed leader, makes plenty noise. Recognize and accept in his destiny two different kinds of ending by virtue. The mental institution, where others cannot follow the natural and logical pace or gentleness of his thoughts, or the battlefield, where he'll obviously meet the hero's as a dying general. Number 7, overskull psychedelic fractures, psychedelic and real fractures. A. Diffraction in its absolute physical and cosmic sense. The light as a nearly immeasurable phenomenon. B. Cracks doesn't necessarily imply to fractures. See under acoustics. The undetermined thickness of wood and sticks. C. Elbowing. Its best known form is when a fine young man clearly sees his crucial chance. Therefore, he joins the ruling party. D. Other occurrences, such as the breakage of ice on the lake. When we lose our composure, we soon experience overskull fractures. Let us mention here the surprisingly successful trick of Mr. Pulvari, a famous Hungarian physicist, judo ups. That is all he said on several dangerous occasions, and many lives were saved. 8. Kneeling and remorse. A fracture of the human soul somewhere below the skull level. A severe form of chiefly physical punishments of the humiliated soul with the optional corn layers. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen.